Hey everybody, and welcome back to BK's Bullets. Today I'm going to be giving you a review of Batman Death in the Family. Hey everybody, and welcome back to BK's Bullets. As always, I am your host, Brent. Today we're going to be talking about Batman Death in the Family. This is a new animated short collection from DC Animated Films, Warner Brothers, whatever you want to call them. So I said short collection because this is really what this is. It's really like the same way, and they did the Superman versus Shazam Black Adam short to bundle with the other old shorts that they did that you made, so you can find that on streaming services or whatever. Now this is the same thing. They made a bunch of shorts, Sergeant Rock, Adam Strange, The Phantom Stranger, and Death, and those have been released on other releases as like special features or add-ons and stuff like that. So they packaged them all together and they used this to get you to buy them again. So what did they use to do that this time? Well, they used Batman Death in the Family. So this is a new thing, which is kind of cool, but what you get out of it is kind of, I wasn't really a fan of it. Basically what it is they're taking their Batman Under the Red Hood film, and there's also an accompanying graphic novel that came out first that this is based off of. This is my DVD copy, and see, like you say here, it came with Jonah Hex. So this short was collected on the old shorts collection, not this one. But this starred Bruce Greenwood, who else was as Batman, and the guy from Supernatural as Red Hood, Jensen Ackles. I think it also had Doogie Howser, what's his name, as Nightwing as well. It doesn't say on the back, otherwise I'd tell you. And it also has a new Joker, or a different Joker. So Bruce Greenwood returns here, as does the Joker, the guy who does the voice of Bender on Futurama. I can't remember his name right now off the top of my head. I'm sorry. I'm terrible. So they reuse a lot of the animation from this in some of their storylines. And then there's also new animation kind of wrapped around it, all in the same style to give you this idea of a new experience. So just like when Jason Todd died as Robin back in, what was it, 1989 or something like that, readers had a choice. Back in 89, Jason Todd went from, or in 86, 85 rather, he came out kind of like a clone of Dick Grayson. Basically, when Dick Grayson left for the Teen Titans, Jason Todd comes in, had blonde hair, and was another circus acrobat whose parents had died or something, and teamed up with Batman as Robin. Then you had Crisis on Infinite Earths happen, and Jason Todd was then remade or reborn, reimagined, whatever, as a thief who stole the wheels off the Batmobile. Now Jason Todd has black hair, looks more like Dick Grayson, but couldn't be any more further from him in terms of personality. He's a little harder edged than Dick Grayson. He's out there pummeling cops because he had a rough childhood, and is like kind of gleefully beating the crap out of people. And all that is shown in this movie as well as this one, Under the Red Hood, as like the backstory of why Jason was there. So Bruce sees a lot of rage in Jason and takes him in. And in 1989, I believe, they had a storyline where, and all this is in here in the movie and stuff like that, where Joker is trying to sell nukes to Ra's al Ghul, and they're in Bosnia, and then at the same time, Jason's trying to track down his mother. There's a comic collection I highly recommend you go read. I've read it. Very, very good. Covers by Mike Mignola. And, they ended one issue with an explosion and a 900 number. Now, a 900 number, for those of you who don't know, they were numbers you could call back in the day, and you would pay to be on the phone. Normally, they were used for, like, sex lines and stuff like that. But this 900 number, they had two of them, actually. One of them, they were letting the readers decide what happened to Jason Todd in the next issue. So the next issue, there was one 900 number listed for Jason Todd surviving the explosion, and one 900 number for Jason Todd dying in the explosion. And readers so hated Jason Todd, they voted to kill him by the difference of like I don't know, less 100 votes or something. Like, it was really close. And then DC made money off this proposition because it's a 900 number, etc., etc. So, years later, Judd Winnick writes Under the Red Hood and brings Jason Todd back to life via a Lazarus Pit, some shenanigans with Infinite Crisis, etc., etc. So, and now we have the Red Hood character that we've lived with for the last, I don't know, 10 or so, 15 years. It's been a while that he's been brought back to life. And he's kind of fairly beloved because of his badass kind of attitude. So, this movie retells that story of Jason Todd dying, and it kind of reenacts the idea of the readers choosing his fate by letting the viewers choose Jason Todd's fate. Now, this, let me make this very clear. This only happens and is only available in the Blu-ray combo pack. You can only choose via this little menu right here on the Blu-ray combo pack. If you buy this digitally, you will get the option of Jason dying, which basically is a 20-minute recap of this film narrated by Bruce Greenwood. It's kind of a waste of your time to do it that way, and that's why I went and ordered the Blu-ray, because normally I only buy these digitally. So let me make that very clear again. You don't get to pick and choose what happens to Jason Todd and explore all the options as you think you would unless you buy the Blu-ray. Now, as a caveat, all the other options are available as shorts and extended sequences. They're all kind of a 20-minute cartoon in the special features of your iTunes copy or your Movies Anywhere copy, stuff like that. But you don't get the choices to, make on your own on the fly unless you do all that. And what is cool about this is the way they do that. And there's multiple decision points in each storyline. And you only get to go back to one of those decision points when your storyline ends. So when Jason Todd meets his final fate, whether that be prison, a happy ending, or death. Then they will lay out across the bottom all these different decision points, and you can go back and choose maybe an alternate decision point. So that's kind of what I did. At first, I chose for Jason to die. Robin dies at the first one. And then I found out that was the wrong choice because that was the one where it's a 20-minute narration with Bruce Greenwood recapping the events of Under the Red Hood using the same animation and everything. They didn't have licenses for the voices for Nightwing and for Jensen Ackles as Red Hood, so they didn't let them talk at all. It was Bruce narrating it basically to Clark Kent. Now, while I've seen this movie and didn't really want to watch a 20-minute recap of it, it was kind of cool to hear the narration and hear the Batman's motivation behind the actions he took in that film, because you don't really get it while watching the film, so it's a little revisionist history or whatever, but that, I guess, is the canon version because this film, Under the Red Hood, exists. So that's when you play your digital copy or whatever, that's what's going to play is that version of the choices. The other choices that are on here, and these are only the first three, Robin cheats death and Batman saves Robin, these vary wildly. One of them is very short, which I kind of did not like. There wasn't very many decision points after that. The other one is has a lot more decision points than I thought, and that was the one that actually felt like a real branching tree. So I wonder if they did this because it was like really new, or I don't know why one of them was very short and the other one was not. That's kind of a bummer, but I wonder if it was a budgetary thing, since this is really meant to be the Superman Shazam cartoon that came out in the last collection of shorts is the only thing I have to compare it to, was 20 minutes long. So if you look at this, there's probably, and you look at the canon short, it runs about 20 to 30 minutes. So, and you look at the other shorts, so you have, an 8-minute prologue in the beginning before you get to the first choice, where sets up all the stuff with Jason's history and their adventure in Bosnia and why they're tracking down Joker and Ra's al Ghul. That's the same in every storyline. So that's mostly new animation. I think some of that pulls also from the scenes of the flashbacks here in Under the Red Hood. And then you have the one choice where, Bruce narrates the thing that has a beginning new animation and an ending that aren't very long, so there's a little bit more animation there. But I think altogether, all the new animation in here, I would bet probably adds up to about 20 to 30 minutes of, maybe 40 minutes of new animation that they had to pay for, and the rest is recycled. And you will see, if you explore all the different possibilities, like I did last night, you will see all the different, times where they recycled animation from Under the Red Hood into these alternate storylines of Jason. So, do I think it's worth your time? I don't think so. Not really. Not really. I did get this off Amazon. The pre-order price was a little higher, and I think I actually ended up paying, by the time it came down, $20 or something like that. So, for a fun little throwaway $20, I think it's okay, but it's definitely not up to snuff with some of their other films that have come out recently that also give you more bang for your buck. Like I said, this has shorts in the back that I've seen already. So, just for the Jason Todd stuff, I don't think it's worth $20. Just putting that out there. If you haven't seen the shorts, or you're really a big fan of these choose-your-own-adventure type deals, or really big fan of Jason Todd, Robin, etc., it might be worth your $20 to you. Me personally, no. I don't know if I'll go through this again. The other bad thing is it doesn't include any like special features or a first look at the next DC animated film, which usually comes with these bundles. At least usually there's like one 15-minute featurette on, a character or a storyline that it's based off of, and they'll talk about the comics and stuff like that. And then the other thing they'll do is they'll have like a 10-minute preview of, actors and voice actors talking about the next film, the next animated movie that's coming out. We didn't get that here. So it feels a little light on content, honestly, for the $20 as well. Besides from the Robin story being so kind of weird and short that it doesn't feel like it's up to it. So that's my 2 cents. So if you want no spoilers, you can end it here and go on to the next video. If you want to hear about spoilers, stay on with us. All right, everybody here for spoilers? Okay, so basically the two other options that happen here are Robin cheats death and Batman saves Robin. Robin cheats death is the short one that ends really, really strangely. It ends with him basically becoming like Hush, almost. And he goes and saves, like, there's one storyline where, yeah, he becomes damaged, and both times Batman ends up, no, I took notes, it's all lost. One of them, Batman dies, okay? And that's what it is. So Robin cheats death. He ends up becoming like a Hush figure, and Batman's still alive. And it actually ends with Talia al Ghul coming and saying, "Raise baby Damien," which is weird. After Robin as Hush goes on, like, I say Hush because he's wearing the Hush outfit with the bandages and the overcoat and things like that. But he goes on a murderous spree and kills a bunch of Batman villains as the Hush character, as if like it came out of the first page where you thought Jason Todd had come back to life out of the Jim Lee Hush Batman run. And so he goes and kills a bunch of villains there, and then it ends with Talia saying, like, "Here's baby Batman, here's Bruce's son, I'm giving him to you instead of Bruce as like an FU." And now Jason leaves with this little baby to raise him to both go crazy. That was it. Like, there was no other choice after that. It was really bizarre. And I was like, that's what you have? Robin dies. That's the canon version, and that is the recap of this movie. We talked about that. The more interesting choice, which was the longer one, was Batman saves Robin. So Batman saves Robin, and then Batman dies in Bosnia very early on. And then from there, Batman makes Jason promise to save the Joker and not kill him. And Jason makes this promise as like Batman's dying wish. The choice you get next is where everything pivots, right? So not killing the Joker makes Jason dress up as the Red Hood, and where you make like a conscious choice where, say, catch the Joker or kill the Joker. So if you say catch the Joker, Jason dons the Red Hood outfit. They reuse a whole lot of animation for this. And the whole idea is Jason's putting on the Red Hood outfit to get Joker's attention the same way that he does in this film, except that he's trying to catch the Joker. There's a showdown with the Joker on the bridge, which is the new animation part. And it's talking about how Joker like basically points out that all the things Jason's done that he thinks he did on the up and up, like, you know, in reality, he's gone crazy and did all the horrible things that happened in here where he chopped off a bunch of people's heads and threw them down on a table and killed Black Mask and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you slowly go crazy from there. The other option, if you say kill the Joker, Jason puts on the Red Robin outfit from the New 52 reboot that Tim Drake wore, and pulls out his dual guns and goes on a shooting spree. And then eventually meets Two-Face. And Two-Face gives you another choice there. It's like Two-Face kills Robin or saves Robin. So it kind of happens the opposite of either one. You know, Two-Face doesn't actually kill you. He in one of them, he says, you're too far gone, or I shouldn't kill you anyway. And then you end up going to jail. And you become like the jailbird or something like that. It's really weird. The other option... No. God, there's like 3 options in this. It's really confusing. The other option has you be saved when you say Two-Face kills Jason. Two-Face gets tased from the back. He doesn't end up killing Jason. And then a little Tim Drake saves you. And then Tim Drake becomes Bat Kid, really, in like one animation cell. And it's Bat Kid and Red Robin out there now. And Jason has seen the error of his ways and stuff like that. So it's kind of out there. Nothing is really... I didn't even get to the weirdest one. The weirdest ending in one of these, I can't remember which one it was. So if you're getting it, and if this sounds appetizing to you, I guess to hear, but Bruce Wayne comes back to life and says Zer and R a lot, like from the Grant Morrison story R.I.P., Batman R.I.P. And Talia's behind it. She basically took Bruce's body from Bosnia, threw him in the Lazarus pit, and he came out crazy, and he's been crazy for a long, long time. So you can either kill Batman or save Batman in this iteration, and from there, you either kill Batman and you all die in an explosion, or if you save Batman, you don't kill him, then it ends with the Bat Family Reunited, Jason, Barbara, and Dick Grayson, and they're staring at Batman wrapped up in a straitjacket in the Batcave in some glass case, just muttering Zer and R, which eventually you find out is Zorro or something like related to Bruce going to see Zorro with his parents at the beginning of the movie in that flashback. So it's really, really weird. So that all stems from Batman Saves Robin. So there's really like 3 different endings there. It's kind of the wildest one. Why the other one isn't as wild, I have no idea. I wish there were more, and not more endings, but more animation to back up the story ideas that they put forth here. I think that was the weakest part of this, is why I didn't feel it was worth it, is there wasn't enough new animation, new story to really put forth these ideas and really explore them. Because once you've seen the Red Hood recap, you'll see all the recycled parts from there, and you really go, okay, well, this is just, it's not a money grab per se, but they could have gone further if they had more budget or allocated more budget to do it. So it's a cool idea that I would like to see pushed further, but I think you need to take it and do like a full... I don't know how that would work if you did like a full hour's worth story in each branch, because that would really be really long in terms of animation if you had all these different branches and stuff. And I do think there's like a full hour here to watch when you explore all the different things. But like one of them is just a recap of Under the Red Hood, which you don't need if you own that already. So I think that's a big discount, big strike against it there. And then the other one is, one of these options is so short that I think it hurts it. And the other one is so vast that when I did the Robin Cheats Death option, I was like, that's it? It was ridiculous. So yeah, so one of them is really really cool, and the other two suck. So that's kind of why I really did not like it. And I really would have liked to have seen the examples of him becoming a Hush type character, or him becoming the Red Robin and the Bat Kid, more than reusing the same animation of Jason goes on a killing spree in like both of these versions almost. You know, with the villains dying and just changing out the character models in some of them, which was disappointing. You know, and then when they realized like that's what they did, like, oh, here's Red Hood standing up on a roof with a rocket launcher, and they just swapped out the costume. Or here's Red Hood using a sniper rifle, and they swapped out the costume from the Red Hood costume to the Red Robin costume to the Hush costume. Like, that's pretty much what they did in a lot of these scenes. So that kind of made it feel like, well, you didn't really change anything in these storylines other than the costumes and just the endings here. And the difference between Talia and Bruce showing up and then not. You know, so that's kind of weird. So, I don't know. There are cool parts to it, like that one wild ride where Batman saves Robin varies off in so many different places, I think is a really neat idea, but they didn't take it further on the other side of the coin that I really felt disappointed by it. So that's kind of why I really didn't like it. And then the third option just being a recap as well, you know? I think they could have done alternate ways if they really wanted to in this movie. But so there's that. It's a 20-minute video. There's your review. There's all your spoilers, all that stuff. So let me know what you guys thought down below if you stuck with me through to the end. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. I love interacting with you guys down in the comments. I'm trying to stay active as much as possible and heart your comment when I see it and reply if I have anything to say. So thank you guys for watching. As always, we will see you guys next time in the Funny Pages.